warriors. Maybe you like me, I like films like Braveheart, Gladiator, the 300, the Spartans. What else can I name? Oh, Last of the Mohicans, brilliant films. Why do we adore these films? Maybe we see a superhero in these films, people defeating evil. And maybe we psychologically somehow transfer ourselves into that zone. I wish I could be like that. Well, guess what, folks? Guess what? You and I can be. Not in film world, Hollywood, but in the real world. You see, we are in a war. Forget World War III and all the hype. We are in a war that's gone on now for 6,000 years since the fall in Eden. A massive war. And we are on one of two sides, whether we like it or not. We're either children of God or the children of Cain. Two choices. We're told in Ephesians 6, a beautiful chapter, Ephesians 6, about putting on this complete suit of armour. We can be warriors for Christ, for the Messiah, defending our Father's name and overturning lies. Paul calls them strongly entrenched things. We don't use fleshly weapons like swords. We use the sword of the Spirit to cut through these lies. Because all of Christendom, I wouldn't say all, but 99.9% of Christendom is in a deceptive subterfuge lie that Messiah is God, right? And they assassinate the Messiah twice, whether they like it or not, by denigrating the achievements of this Jewish man, Messiah. Yeah, be a warrior for Christ. We're in the end game now, before Christ returns. Don't be among one of those recorded in Matthew 7, you so-called Christians, who will say, Lord, Lord, didn't we do this in your name and do that in your name? Prophesy in your name? And Messiah replies, didn't know you, folks. Sorry. Didn't know you. I never knew you. Get away from me. And you backtrack a few more verses in Matthew 7. Go in through the narrow door. Because many, I tell you, will try to get in, but they won't. Are we warriors in the front line? And the expense we have to suffer is this. It's quite manifold. Loss of family, so-called friends, alienated. That's exactly how the prophets of old were, and the brave men and women who suffered for standing up for truth. And their line has gone through the ages. So many have been butchered by the so-called church. It makes me want to throw up. So many brave people like the Anabaptists, etc., have been butchered, men, women and children, who wouldn't bow down to the Trinity. Will you be a soldier in the front line? Now's the time to act, folks, because we are in the biggest war of our lives. And as I said before, at the beginning of this video, we've got two choices. There's no middle ground here. You're either a child of God or a child of the devil. 1 John tells us that. No middle ground. You can't just sit back on the fence. And don't be deluded because you go to some kind of religious building. You have protection. The Jews thought that, and then the fathers smashed the temple twice in Jerusalem in 587 BCE and 60 AD. Don't be deluded. Stand up, fight. And even if you get killed, so what? Paul says in Hebrews 13, if God's on our side, what can man do to me? Quoting David's psalm, what can man do to us? Nothing. Days are short now. Are you brave? Or do you just like watching films about heroes? Shalom.